Feeling tired, sluggish, or not quite yourself after 50? You're not alone. Millions of men experience the slow creep of fatigue, poor sleep, low libido, and declining confidence as they age. And while the common answer is often a prescription, hormone therapy, or a trip to the supplement aisle, there might be a better, more natural path. A path that works with your body instead of against it, that respects your biology, your rhythm, and your need for real, lasting vitality. This guide is brought to you by Dr. Caroline Ruth, exclusively on Shades of Health, the channel dedicated to helping men over 50 restore energy, strength, and natural hormone balance without drugs or gimmicks. It's for men who want their edge back, who want to reclaim strength, restore energy, and feel like themselves again, without depending on synthetic fixes. Over the next few thousand words, we're going to reveal the nighttime routine that's helped thousands of men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond reignite their testosterone, rebuild performance, and wake up with the energy of a man 20 years younger. Because your body doesn't rebuild during the day, it rebuilds while you sleep. Let's begin with the one vitamin most men completely overlook, yet it can quietly bring back strength, blood flow, and confidence while you sleep. Vitamin D3, the sleep time testosterone trigger. Vitamin D3. Now, I'm not talking about taking it in the morning with your breakfast or your coffee. I'm talking about something much more specific and much more powerful. Taking vitamin D3 before bed. I know that sounds unusual, but after 25 plus years of helping older men recover their energy and manhood, I've seen this one simple change do wonders. Vitamin D3 is often called the sunshine vitamin because yes, it's produced when sunlight hits your skin. But here's the truth most men don't hear. It's also a hormone, and it plays a major role in your testosterone production, blood circulation, and sleep quality. 3 things that start to slow down after 60. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert was 68. Healthy guy overall, no diabetes, no heart problems, but he came into my office, tired, frustrated, and embarrassed. He said, "Dr. Ruth, I don't feel like a man anymore." His sleep was broken, his energy was low, and his intimacy had vanished. We did a few simple tests and found the problem fast. Chronic vitamin D3 deficiency. Most men think of D3 as just another morning supplement, but I explained to Robert that timing is everything. When you take vitamin D3 before bed, your body uses it differently. It helps trigger melatonin, the sleep hormone. It supports nighttime testosterone release, and it activates the very pathways your body needs to repair blood vessels and restore performance. This isn't just theory, it's biology. At night, your body isn't just lying there, it's working. It's rebuilding tissues, fixing inflammation, recharging your nervous system. And if D3 is in your system at that time, it can directly fuel those processes. So Robert started taking just one small dose of high-quality D3 30 minutes before bed. That's it, no other change. By the end of week 1, his sleep was better. By week 2, his energy returned. By the 3rd week, he came into my office with a big smile. "Doc," he said, "I woke up hard as a rock." He couldn't believe it. 1 vitamin, 1 timing shift, and a total turnaround. But there's more. Vitamin D3 also supports something called your endothelial lining. That's the soft inner wall of your blood vessels. When it's healthy, it releases nitric oxide, a key chemical that relaxes your arteries and allows blood to flow freely. That's the exact same process your body uses to create and maintain an erection. And without enough D3, that process slows, your arteries stiffen, blood flow decreases, and your performance, especially in the bedroom, gets weaker. So, let's be clear, this isn't a miracle pill. It's just giving your body what it needs at the moment it knows how to use it. Now, here's what I always tell my patients. If you're over 60 and you wake up feeling weak, tired, foggy, or you haven't had a strong erection in weeks or months, Don't skip this. Vitamin D3 before bed might be the one small change that helps you sleep deeper, feel stronger, and bring life back to parts of you that have been quiet for too long. Vitamin B6, the balance restorer. After you lay the foundation with vitamin D3, the next step is restoring your internal balance, especially between your mind, mood, and hormones. That's where vitamin B6 comes in. Let me introduce you to Harold. Harold was 71, a retired Navy man, tall, sharp, disciplined. But when he sat across from me, he looked defeated. "I'm not depressed," he said, "but I feel flat. No fire, no spark." His sleep was fragmented, 2 hours here, 3 there. His energy dropped by lunchtime. And intimacy. He said, "Doc, it's like the switch is off." What Harold was experiencing is something I see often in men over 60, the disconnect between the brain and body. You may want intimacy, but the signal doesn't travel. You may feel tired, but your mind won't shut off. It all gets foggy, out of rhythm. Vitamin B6 is what I call the balance restorer. It supports your nervous system by helping the brain produce dopamine, the chemical that controls motivation and desire. And it helps convert glutamate, which can make you feel wired or anxious, into GABA, the chemical that calms the brain and lets you sink into real, deep sleep. This rare combo of energy and calm is exactly what older men need. So I started Harold on a low dose of B6, nothing extreme, about 30 minutes before bed. Within 1 week, he noticed he was falling asleep easier. Week 2, his mood lifted. But week 3, that's when the fire came back. "Doc," he said with a smirk, "I wanted to be with my wife again. And I could." That's what happens when the brain calms down, the blood flows, and hormones start speaking the same language again. Strength returns, and it starts with B6 before bed. One more thing, most multivitamins underdose B6 or offer it in cheap, synthetic forms. Look for pyridoxal 5-phosphate, P5P, that's the active form your body can use right away. Now that you're sleeping better, feeling desire again, and getting the brain back in rhythm, let's talk about circulation, the critical missing link for most older men. Vitamin K2, the blood flow optimizer and calcium traffic cop. Now let's talk about something few men over 50 have ever heard of, but it could be the key to restoring strong blood flow, a healthy heart, and even firmer performance in the bedroom. It's called vitamin K2, and if D3 is the builder and B6 is the balancer, then K2 is the traffic cop. Let me explain. As we age, calcium, the mineral that's supposed to keep our bones strong, starts ending up in the wrong places, like your arteries. When calcium builds up in your blood vessels, they stiffen, narrow, and restrict the flow of blood where it's needed most, including below the belt. Now here's where vitamin K2 comes in. Its job is to direct calcium away from your arteries and soft tissues, and push it back into your bones where it belongs. Think of it like the guy with the orange cones at a construction site. It keeps traffic flowing and prevents dangerous buildup. Without K2, calcium gets stuck, blood can't move freely, and that means performance, energy, and even heart health can suffer. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Vince. He was 64, healthy weight, non-smoker, stayed active. But every year his blood pressure crept up, his energy slipped, and his confidence in the bedroom started fading. His cardiologist wanted to start him on statins, but we ran a calcium scan first and found heavy calcification in his arteries. So I gave Vince a simple bedtime stack, D3, B6, and a small dose of MK7. That's the most absorbable form of vitamin K2. Within a month, his blood pressure improved, his energy returned, and most importantly, his wife told me privately, "Whatever you're giving him, don't stop." It turns out, K2 works beautifully with D3. They're like teammates. D3 helps your body absorb calcium, and K2 makes sure it goes where it should. When taken together at night, they support blood vessel repair, boost testosterone by restoring healthy circulation, and even protect your heart while you sleep. Just one caution: don't confuse K2 with K1. They're not the same. You want MK7, ideally 90 to 180 micrograms per night. And if you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor before adding any form of vitamin K. With these three nutrients, D3, B6, and K2, you're not just patching up symptoms, you're restoring the system, rebuilding blood flow, balancing hormones, calming the brain, and setting your body up to heal while you rest. Breaking trend: the reverse aging window between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Now here's something brand new, and it's catching fire in men's health circles. The concept of the reverse aging window, a natural 4-hour zone between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., where your body does something almost magical. During this time, your brain produces peak levels of growth hormone, the chemical responsible for repairing tissue, building muscle, and restoring metabolic health. At the same time, your testosterone pulses in natural waves, preparing your body for performance the next day. But here's the catch: if you miss this window, even by an hour, your body skips most of these benefits. Poor sleep, late-night screens, stress, alcohol, all of these blunt your hormone rhythms. And the consequences: you wake up groggy, bloated, and less driven. This is why I tell my patients, if you want to age backwards, harness the reverse aging window. Build your routine around it. Prime your system with the right nutrients, like D3, B6, and K2. Shut down screens by 9:30. Dim your lights and let your body go to work. Remember, you don't get stronger in the gym. You get stronger in your sleep. And for men over 50, the hours between 10 and 2 might just be the most valuable investment of your entire day.